Okay, today we're going to talk about Southeast Asia. This will be a quick um, little video just going over some information. We won't spend very much time on this in class. It's just there may be a test question here on this area and you need to know where things are. So Southeast Asia, we're talking about the area for the most part that includes Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, Thailand, and Myanmar. Occasionally we bring in what is known as Indonesia down through Malaysia and the islands of the southern oceans there. Okay, so half of Southeast Asia is a peninsula attached to the Asian mainland. The other half consists of archipelagos or chains of many small islands. You have the Philippines, there are 7,000 islands. Indonesia, 13,500 of them. Some of them not very big, nothing more than a piece of rock in the ocean. Most of the islands are made from erupted volcanoes on the ocean floor. Many of these volcanoes still erupt. They're very dangerous. Southeast Asia is part of the volcanic ring of fire that we have talked about a couple times before. Okay. It is a monsoonal climate. If you remember from India, the onward for the half the year, the winds blow off the ocean, create a very moist climate. And the other half of the year it blows off the Asian continent, and it's a dry climate. So it's tropical year-round because it's located near the equator. It's hot and humid. There are many rainforests. They struggle with typhoons, which are tropical storms that hit without warning, especially in ancient times. Now we have more sophisticated methods of seeing these, but the typhoons are very similar to a hurricane. Typhoons are just a Pacific version of a hurricane. The agriculture and economy deal very closely with the geography. Rice is the major crop of the region, but they also grow sugarcane, coffee, tea, coconut. Lumber and rubber are harvested from the rainforests. Okay, Himalayas and highlands to the north. It isolated many of these kingdoms from the Asians. Okay, serves as a barrier in geography. The diverse geography allows for diverse cultures to develop, but did not stop invaders and traders because the land, especially the islands, are so easily accessible. Okay, for this reason, the region has been heavily influenced by many cultures. Lots of cultural diffusion going on. Can be easily reached from China by sea and India from the west. Hinduism and Buddhism were acquired from India. Immigrants from China settled in many parts of Southeast Asia, bringing Confucianism. Southeast Asia is known as a crossroads because so many cultures meet there, and obviously a hotbed for cultural diffusion. We're going to look at this area a lot closer when we get into the period of world exploration. The diverse geography brought diverse cultures. In many areas, native languages, customs, and culture are still preserved, or they're mingled with the Chinese or the Asian or the other Asian cultures. Okay, a lot of river systems. Probably the biggest one, and certainly the most influential in American history, is the Mekong River. Okay, this is the river that runs down the border of Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam. Starts up in southern China. It's 26 miles long, provides fertile soil and for the growth of rice, and also acts as a water highway for travel. This river was used extensively during the Vietnam War as a vehicle to get men inland. Okay, ancient civilizations of Southeast Asia, there were many, both on the mainland and on the islands. A number of them rose from power between the 1st and 9th centuries. Included among these are the Khmer on the Mekong River, what is modern-day Cambodia, the Pagan and Hmong kingdoms on the Irrawaddy, which is over in Myanmar, or Burma, several Thai kingdoms on the Chao Phraya River. Present-day nations of Southeast Asia trace their historical and cultural origins to these kingdoms. Cambodia has its roots in the Khmer, Myanmar on the Pagan and Mon, and Thailand on the ancient Thai kingdoms. Okay, cultural diffusion. Traveling monks and merchants introduced the three major religions into Southeast Asia. You have Hinduism there, you have Buddhism there, and you also have Islam. And you do have pockets of Christianity, especially in places like Vietnam. Many thousands of Chinese who migrated to Thailand or the Malay Peninsula and other parts of Southeast Asia introduced Confucianism. When the Europeans show up with their missionaries in the 1500s and 1600s, Christianity shows up. Temples and artistic treasures of Southeast Asia reflect this religious diversity. You have mosques, you have Buddhist temples, you have Catholic churches all over the place. You have the beautiful Buddhist temples that are found in Myanmar and Thailand. And in Cambodia, you have Angkor Wat, which is a huge stone temple erected in the 12th century by the Khmer, and honors the god Vishnu. And this is Angkor Wat. It's a huge, big place. You can see the definitive Hindu architecture of these spires. Okay. Ethnic diversity is also a hallmark of Southeast Asia because you had such a mixing of races and cultures here. The prehistoric past, dozens of ethnic and racial groups settled in these areas. We've already mentioned a lot of them, the Khmer, the Malay, the Burmese, and many others. Later, they mix with the Chinese and people from India, and you have a whole kind of mishmash of ethnic mix. Okay, so Google form, answer the questions, submit it.